want to talk to you what we were talking to you during the last 3 days. The final message of the program. Okay. So I tell you, please listen carefully. You see a participant? Okay. Please listen carefully. Everybody inside participants? Now you know. Now you know. Okay. Right. So please feel relaxed. Nothing, because we are actually, this is our final carry home message. The last message what we want to give. Don't move. Don't write anything. Okay. If you want to clap in between, you can do that. If you find something really inspiring and motivating is coming, you can definitely clap. No problem. But please listen totally. Okay. Ready? Are you all ready, guys? Yes, sir. All of you, please stand up. Madam Rita, madam, you sit. All of you stand up. Okay. Jayashree, Janaki, it is okay for you. Stand in a boxing action. Standing in a boxing action. Stand in boxing action. Come on. Okay. Shake your body now. Shake your body. When I say 1, 2, 3, you have to punch in the air and say academy. What do you have to say? Hello, Sanjana. Don't do any of this. I didn't tell you to do each other. You do it in the air only. Don't do it with the friends. Don't do it with that thing. Okay. So you have to, you will punch your right hand and you will shout very loudly, academy. Okay, I'll say 1, 2, 3. Ready? Okay, boxing action, please. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Louder, 1, 2, 3. Sit down. You are hitting me and Santosh. Okay. Right. Friends, there is a very long bridge that connects the ocean and the main land in India along the southernmost tip of the country called India, and the bridge's name is Rameshwaram Bridge. The former President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, was born in that area and he was a paper boiler. Rameshwaram Bridge has a speciality just like the Howrah Bridge of Calcutta. It was built during the Britishers' time so that when the ship is coming, the bridge can be lifted up. When the ship goes, once again with a cantilever, a huge wheel and a cantilever, the bridge will go down. That is the technology. There was a security man given the responsibility of keeping the bridge, and that bridge is, it is a rail bridge. It's a rail bridge. So train will also move through that bridge. So one day what happened, this man was actually keeping, he got an information that ship is coming. So he made the bridge go up. And once the ship crossed, he has to roll the cantilever, that huge cantilever and wheel, and he has to make the bridge again flat so that the train can easily go. While he was rolling down the cantilever, suddenly he heard the sound of the train coming. And the bridge is now in the air. It is not actually come down totally. In a train with the 20 compartments and a compartment having 100 passengers, maybe definitely 2,000 passengers in the train. Now the life of all the 2,000 passengers are at stake. What to do? This man got totally worried and scared. My God, what is going to happen? It was a lunch time and his son, only one son, that boy was only 12 years of age, that son came taking the tiffin or the lunch to his dad. And when he saw his dad was also frantically, desperately trying to make the wheel coming down, the boy thought, I will help my dad. I will support my dad. And the boy started, just actually rolling the giant wheel. He started rolling the giant wheel. Okay. And my God, what happened? While the boy was also supporting to, rolling the giant wheel, his hand went inside. The hand of the boy went inside. Now the man was actually rolling forward. And the boy's hand and the other parts of the hand, slowly, the hand is going inside the wheel. The boy started screaming. Loudly he started crying. The man looked. It is bleeding, blood is flowing, and the boy's hand, only half of the hand is inside the wheel. What to do? He could see the train coming. Within 10-15 seconds, he has to make the bridge intact. He closed his eyes. He didn't look back what is happening to his son. And he very frantically, he rolled the wheel forward. And the bridge was intact and the train just left. Then he looked back. broken pieces of his son dead body was only there. Even the head of that boy went inside the beam. Everything was broken into so many pieces. Carrying all those broken bloody pieces of his son's dead body, he ran to his office and told the engineer, "Sir, this is what happened." And a company that actually, Shankar Cement Company, the company that gave the cement for the construction of that bridge, Pamban Bridge, made the man's picture, a man's picture holding something close to his heart as their brand picture. The cement company made the picture, a man holding something close to the heart as the picture, as the brand logo of that company. My dear JCA members, what prompted that man? What actually persuaded that man? What actually instilled that feeling inside the man to do that? Forgetting that my only one son is going to be killed. Forgetting that the only one son is going to be lost forever and ever. He did his job. Because he was committed to that. Because he was committed to that. What made Sachin Tendulkar holding 77 world records in cricket? What made Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi or Pele the best players in the world? What made them all becoming so talked about and legendary figures in the world? Because they all had what we call commitment towards their profession. So what I am telling that, be committed as a JCA member, as a businessman, as a father, as a mother, as a brother, as a sister, as a team leader. You can never make any compromise in your commitment. So my dear friends, let me tell you something that, let me remind you that, so you have to be committed always. So perform with the commitment, power your passion. What is next?
I'm going to talk about a story of Nelson Mandela. You know that Nelson Mandela was in the prison for 27 years. 27 वर्षसम्मको कैदी जीवन एउटा अश्वेत नेताको कारणले उहाँले भोग्नुभएको थियो। भिक्टर म्यालेस भन्ने उहाँको जेलमा उहाँलाई राखिएको थियो। त्यो जेलमा राखिरहेको समयमा जब 27 वर्षपछि 1993 मा उहाँलाई कैदी बन्दीबाट उहाँले स्वतन्त्र जीवनको लागि अनुमति दियो। यो संसारको लागि एउटा यस्तो अचम्बित घटना थियो, जुन घटना संसारमा आजसम्म रेकर्ड छ कि सबभन्दा हाईएस्ट टेलिभाइज्ड लाइभ टेलिकास्ट कुनै हेरेको छ भने त्यो नेल्सन मण्डेला त्यो जेलबाट निस्किरहेको छ। त्यो क्षणमा नेल्सन मण्डेला निस्किन्छ त्यो जेलबाट निस्किँदै जाँदाखेरि केही स्टेप्सहरू अगाडि बढिसकेपछि फनक्क फर्किन्छ र फनक्क फर्केर आफूले 27 वर्ष बिताएको त्यो जेललाई हेर्छ। यो संसारभरिका सबैले हेरिरहेको थिए। त्यहाँ ऊ केही मिनेटसम्म ऊ अडिन्छ, केही मिनेटसम्म अडिन्छ। उसले आफू 27 वर्ष बिताएको जेललाई हेर्छ अनि ऊ फेरि आफ्नो यात्रामा निस्किन्छ, जसको वर्णन उहाँले आफ्नो किताब द लङ वक टु फ्रिडममा लेख्नु भएको छ। यो दृश्य तत्कालीन आर्कान्ससका गभर्नर, अमेरिकाका आर्कान्ससका गभर्नर बिल क्लिन्टनले हेरिरहेको थिए आफ्नो घरमा। सँगै थिए उनका श्रीमती हिलेरी क्लिन्टन, सँगै थिए उसका छोरी चेल्सी क्लिन्टन। चेल्सीले सोध्छ, बुबा किन नेल्सन मण्डेलाले फर्केर आफू 27 वर्ष कैदी भएको त्यो जेललाई हेर्यो? के होला कारण भन्दाखेरि मलाई थाहा छैन, तर कुनै दिन मैले नेल्सन मण्डेलालाई भेटेँ भने म अवश्य सोध्नेछु। र इतिहासमा बिल क्लिन्टन अमेरिकाका राष्ट्रपति भए। केप टाउनमा नेल्सन मण्डेला पनि राष्ट्रपति हुँदाखेरि साउथ अफ्रिकाको भिजिटमा बिल क्लिन्टनले आफ्नो छोरीले सोधेको प्रश्नलाई नेल्सन मण्डेलाका सामु राखे र भने, तिमीले साँच्चै त्यो दिन संसारले हेरिरहेको तिमी स्वतन्त्र भएको, तिमी केही पाइला अगाडि चल्यौ तर फरक्क फर्केर धेरै समयसम्म तिमीले आफ्नो 27 वर्ष कैदी जीवन बिताएको त्यो जेललाई निहाल्यौ। तिमीलाई त्यो जेल देखेर घृणा आएन? रिस उठेन? तिमीलाई त्यो जेल देखेर, त्यो जेल र त्यो जेलको दिवारहरू देखेर, त्यो भित्ताहरू देखेर तिमीलाई क्रोध भएन? भन्दाखेरि नेल्सन मण्डेलाले भने, पक्कै भएन। यदि मलाई त्यो जेल फर्केर हेर्दाखेरि क्रोध भएको भए, मलाई रिस उठेको भए, मेरो मनमा वितृष्णाहरू उत्पन्न भएको भए, म अझै पनि कैदी नै हुन्थेँ। कैदी के को त भन्दाखेरि मेरो रिसको, कैदी के को त भन्दाखेरि मेरो क्रोधको, कैदी के त भन्दाखेरि मेरो अझ पनि त्यो ग्रसित मानसिकताको। म मुक्त हुन चाहन्थेँ, तसर्थ मैले त्यो भित्तालाई हेरेर त्यो जेललाई हेरेर कदापि पनि मैले घृणा द्वेष र राग र रिस उठेन। साथीहरू, जीवनको यात्रामा तपाईहरु अनेकौं पल यसरी बिताउनुहुन्छ जहाँ जीवनका घटनाहरूले तपाईलाई खुसी र उमङ्ग पनि दिन्छ भने ती खुसी र उमङ्गमा कहिलेकाहीँ तपाईलाई पीडा पनि थपिन्छ। तर तपाईले आफूलाई कसरी त्यो मूल्य मान्यताका साथ हुन्छ? What is the value that you are going to anchor? So anchor your values. Remember, anchor your values. Power your passion. What next?
Once upon a time in a village, an old couple were staying alone in a home. Very old man and woman. Their children were working abroad. To the next door, a young couple came. They took the next building for rent, and a young couple started living in the next house. One Sunday, the young couple went to visit this old couple. And the young couples made it a point. Every Sunday, they used to go to the next door, the old couple. They will spend 2-3 hours there, talking to them, taking care of them. The old couple were so happy because their children are not here. And the young couple were also happy because they are almost like their dads and mom. When the young couple went to visit the old couple, every time they carried 2 bottles of coffee, cold coffee. They will give the 2 bottles of cold coffee to the auntie, the old woman. Auntie, this is for you and uncle. The old lady will take that bottles, she will give it to her husband, the old man, and will ask him, please open it. The old man, with a lot of difficulty and struggle, he will open the bottle. He will give 1 bottle to his wife, the other bottle he will drink. And the man was so excited and happy when he opened the bottle also. Now the young couple told, I think auntie is always giving that bottle to uncle because auntie cannot open that bottle. And uncle is also finding very difficult to open it. So they went to a hypermarket. They purchased a gadget, a small gadget like soda opener. And they gave this gadget to this lady and told, auntie, use this gadget and so please you can open the bottle very easily. But that day also, this man saw, this young couple saw, the lady not using the gadget and she is giving the 2 things. She is not using the gadget, she is giving the 2 bottles to her husband only. Next Sunday also, she was giving the bottles to her husband only. Third Sunday also giving the bottles to the husband only. Now the young couple got confused. Why the auntie is not using this? What is wrong? Why she is not using this? One Sunday, the young couple took the auntie, the old lady, to the kitchen and asked her, auntie, we purchased the gadget because we know you cannot open the bottle, and why are you not using that? The old lady told, my dear children, who told you that I cannot open that bottle? I can easily open, but I will not do. My husband is 88, I am 85. When I give the 2 bottles to my husband and ask him to open, though with some difficulty when he opens the bottle, he always feels that he is stronger than me. He always feels that he has a lot of strength inside. And when he gives the bottle to me, my husband always have a feeling that, oh, my wife is depending me for this job. She cannot do such things. She is always depending on me. If I die, who will help her? My dear children, I want to give a reason for my husband to live. I want to give a hope in the mind of my husband to live. When he is opening the bottle and giving me, he feels that he is stronger than me. In this age, I can do only make my husband feel that he is stronger than me. At this age, I can only make my husband feel I am dependent on him. That is why I am doing that. My dear friends, when you actually move in a team, when you actually work in a team, can you create the same feeling among your team members? Create a feeling that they are stronger than you. Create a feeling that you are dependent on them. They are not dependent on you. They are not depending you. You are depending your team members. The moment you create that feeling in your team members, among your team members, they are stronger than you and you depend on them. That is the one way, that is the only way, my dear friends, you can strengthen your team. In JCA chapter, whatever organization you are working, always try to give strength and power and positive outlook to your team members. And that is the way. Strengthen your team, power your passion, What is next?
2008 मा बेजिङ ओलम्पिक्स हुनेवाला थियो। बेजिङ ओलम्पिक्समा थुप्रै रेकर्डहरू राख्ने सपनाका साथमा माइकल फेल्प्स भन्ने अमेरिकाका एकजना स्विमरले आफ्नो तयारी गरिरहेको थियो। त्यो तयारीको क्रममा माइकल फेल्प्सको एउटै मात्रै उद्देश्य थियो कि एउटा ओलम्पिक्समा 8वटा स्वर्ण पदक जित्ने चाहना, जुन त्योभन्दा अगाडि मार्क स्पिट्ज भन्ने व्यक्ति जर्मनका स्विमरले कायम गरेका थिए। त्यसको लागि माइकल फेल्प्सले अत्याधिक मेहनत गरिरहेको थियो। तर एक दिन अचानक उसको साथीको गाडीबाट उत्रिने क्रममा चिप्लेर लडिसकेपछि उसलाई अलिकति हात दुखेको जस्तो भयो। हस्पिटलमा गएर हेर्दाखेरि उसको राइट सोल्डर बोन नै फ्र्याक्चर भएको पाइयो। बेजिङ ओलम्पिक्स आउन लागेको थियो, उसको सर्जरी भयो। सर्जरी भइसकेपछि भनियो माइकल फेल्प्स 3 महिनासम्म तिमीले आफ्नो हात चलाउँदै नचलाऊ। माइकल फेल्प्सलाई भन्यो 3 महिनासम्म आफ्नो हात चलाउँदै नचलाऊ। माइकल फेल्प्स आफ्नो घर फर्केको 2 हप्तापछि ऊ आफ्नो स्विमिङ पुलमा फर्क्यो, जहाँ उसले नित्य प्र्याक्टिस गर्थ्यो। त्यो नित्य प्र्याक्टिस गर्ने स्विमिङ पुलमा फर्केर उसले आफ्नो हात चलाउनु नपाए तापनि प्रत्येक दिन उसले आफ्नो खुट्टाको एक्सर्साइज गर्थ्यो। उसले त्यो स्विमिङ पुलको पानीमा आफ्नो खुट्टालाई अझ सशक्त बनाउने क्रममा खुट्टाको एक्सर्साइजहरू गरिरहन्थ्यो। 6 महिना पश्चात बेजिङ ओलम्पिक्स सुरु भयो। बेजिङ ओलम्पिक्स 2008 मा माइकल फेल्प्सले पनि सहभागिता जनाउने क्रममा 6वटा गोल्ड मेडल हासिल गरिसकेका थिए माइकल फेल्प्सले। अब 2वटा गोल्ड मेडल हासिल गरे भने विश्व रेकर्ड कायम गर्ने सपना पुरा हुने सोचका साथ अगाडि दृढ विश्वासका साथ अगाडि बढ्दै। त्यो क्रममा 7औं इभेन्ट थियो बटरफ्लाई। 7औं इभेन्टको बटरफ्लाईमा सर्बियाका स्विमर सबभन्दा स्ट्रङ ओपोनेन्टको रूपमा रहेका थिए। त्यो बटरफ्लाईको रेस सुरु भयो। त्यो सुरु भइसकेपछि 100 मिटरको बटरफ्लाईको रेस सुरु हुँदाखेरि दोस्रो ल्याप, जुन फाइनल ल्याप हुन्छ, त्यो ल्यापमा त्यो सर्बियाको ओपोनेन्ट माइकल फेल्प्स भन्दा आधा शरीरले अगाडि थियो। तपाईहरुले स्विमिङमा थाहा हुन्छ भने यो आधा शरीर अगाडि हुनु भनेको कति ठुलो कुरा हो, महत्त्व हो, बुझ्नुस्। आधा शरीरले अगाडि थियो र फिनिशिङ लाइनमा पुग्ने बेलामा माइकल फेल्प्सले आफ्नो सम्पूर्ण ताकत, आफ्नो सम्पूर्ण इच्छा शक्ति र आफ्नो सम्पूर्ण जुन बेलामा माइकल फेल्प्स आफ्नो हात 3 महिनासम्म नचलाएको अवस्थामा उसले आफ्नो खुट्टालाई दरिलो र बनाइरहेको थियो। त्यो खुट्टाको पावर प्रयोग गरेर उसले त फाइनल पुश दियो। र इतिहास साक्षी छ, त्यो रेस माइकल फेल्प्सले 1/100th अफ अ सेकेन्डले जितेको छ। 1/100th अफ अ सेकेन्डले त्यो रेस जितेर उसले 7औं मेडल प्राप्त गरे र 8औं सजिलोसँग प्राप्त गरे, किनकि त्यो रिले रेस थियो जहाँ 4 जना उसका साथीहरूले उनलाई त्यो जिताएर आजसम्म पनि 8वटा स्वर्ण पदक प्राप्त गर्ने एउटा श्रेय प्राप्त भएको छ। साथीहरू, जब मानिसहरूमा हरेक कुरा नकारात्मक हुन्छ, सम्भव छैन भन्ने जब लाग्दछ, तपाईमा भएका इच्छा शक्तिले तपाई जे सम्भव गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ त्यो सम्भावनाको उत्खनन गर्ने प्रयत्न तपाईबाट नै सुरु गर्नुपर्छ। तसर्थ म भन्न चाहन्छु, sharpen your skills, power your passion. What next?
Recently in November, there was a big conference happening in Scotland, Glasgow. It was the 26th COP26, United Nations Climate Change Conference for climate change. All world leaders were present. All were American President, British Prime Minister, Indian Prime Minister. I don't know whether the Nepalese Prime Minister also attended that. I don't know. Almost all the leaders, world leaders, were present in that very important meeting, COP26. And there was a competition, Earthshot. Earthshot means children can find out something that will protect environment. They can send the entry and they will be selecting 15 finalists. Earthshot Prize, that is the name of that competition. A small girl from Tiruvannamalai near Chennai in India, her name is Vinisha Uma Shankar, studying in 10th standard. She got an invitation from the Prince of Cambridge, The Prince of Cambridge gave her an invitation. You must attend this COP26. 26 United Nations Conference on Climate Change. She was one of the finalists of that Earthshot Prize. What was her idea? What did she innovate, or what did she invent? Vinisha Umashankar is the daughter of an ordinary school teacher in a small city called Tiruvannamalai in Chennai, in Tamil Nadu, in India. When her young days, a man used to come for ironing the dress. He will come with a moving cart, and he carries a conventional old type of iron box, using the charcoal, blowing air into that, and doing the ironing in front of the house and going. Vinisha Umashankar has seen this man sweating all over the body. The smoke is going inside. He has to blow again and again. He has to change the charcoal again and again. The girl was really touched by the difficulty of that angle. And she started thinking what I can do. And last year, she made an innovation. She made a small moving cart, a mobile cart. The roof is made of solar panels. Now that moving cart roof is of solar panels. If 5 hours one person keep it for charging, a person can using that for the whole day. Full day it can be used. And she gave that mobile ironing vehicle to that uncle who used to come to her home for ironing with the conventional iron box. It became a huge success and it became a big news, and she sent this innovation to, I told you, Earthshot Prize, and she was selected as one among the 50. And she got a chance to speak. In front of Joe Biden, she spoke. In front of the world leaders, she spoke. Very, very emotionally she spoke. You seniors and elders, please do something to protect the environment for our safety, because our generation is going to suffer. She spoke so wonderfully. And her speech became viral in YouTube. Viral. And now she is a national figure in India. She is a very, 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 very famous girl in India. Understand and believe what happens. My dear friends, how could Vinisha Umashankar, a small girl, achieve this fame and popularity, got a great opportunity to speak in such a big conference of United Nations? Because her innovative idea of making a pressing ironing machine with a solar panel. If you definitely find something new, you will definitely reach wherever you want. Innovation and creativity are more important. Innovation is something or nothing but seeing what others see, thinking what others don't think. Seeing what others see, thinking what others don't think is what is called creativity or innovation. You take anyway. How could Airbnb become such a big company? How could Uber become such a big company? How could Ola become such a big company? How could Swiggy become such a big company? How could Google become such a big company? How could Amazon become the #1 company in the world? How could Tesla become the best automobile company in the world? Think, all these companies have something in common. They all innovated new ideas. So my dear friends, if you want to excel in your life, you have to innovate. So innovate to excel, power your passion. What is next?
1978 मा 4 जना युवाहरू मिलेर एउटा रक ब्यान्ड बनाए। त्यो रक ब्यान्डको नाम थियो आयरल्यान्डको रक ब्यान्ड U2। त्यो U2 को लिड सिङ्गरको नाम हो बोनो। र बोनो लगायतका 4 जना साथीहरू मध्ये त्यो ब्यान्डका गिटारिस्ट थिए एडम क्लेटन। यिनीहरू एकदमै राम्रो ब्यान्डको रूपमा परिचित आज पनि छ। 1978 मा सुरु भइसकेपछि यिनीहरूले विभिन्न एल्बमहरू निकाल्दै गए। सफलतासँगै अगाडि बढ्दै गए। त्यो सफलताको क्रममा एडम क्लेटनको केही पारिवारिक समस्याहरू आइपरे। एडम क्लेटनको त्यो पारिवारिक समस्या आएपछि ऊ अलिकति डिप्रेसनमा गए र डिप्रेसनमा गइसकेपछि ऊ एल्कोहलिक बने। ऊ एल्कोहलिक बनिसकेपछि उसका 2 जना अरू साथीहरू जुन ब्यान्डका थिए, जहिले पनि उसलाई त्यो एल्कोहलिक भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि सङ्गीतमा एकाग्रता नगरेको कारणले गर्दाखेरि जहिले पनि टोक्थे, जहिले पनि गिच्याउँथे, जहिले पनि हतोत्साहित बनाउँथे। तर बोनो यो U2 को लिड सिङ्गरले कहिले पनि त्यो एडम क्लेटनलाई दुरुत्साहित गरेन। जहिले पनि त्यो एडम क्लेटनलाई बोनोले संरक्षित गरे, माया दिए, सद्भाव दिए। जहिले पनि उसको समस्या बुझ्दै र उसलाई जहिले पनि अवसरहरू दिइराखे र युट्युबको एउटा अभिन्न अङ्ग बनाइराखे। 1986 मा अप्रिल 3 र 4 तारिकको दिन युट्युबको युएस टुर चल्दै थियो। 1986 मा अप्रिल 3 र 4 तारिकको दिन युट्युबको युएस टुर चल्दै थियो। आर्कान्सस भन्ने स्टेटको टेम्पे भन्ने सहरमा पर्फर्मेन्स हुन लागेको थियो। 2 तारिकको राति बोनोलाई एउटा फोन आउँछ उसको होटलको रुममा र भन्छ तिमीहरूले जहिले पनि आफ्नो अन्तिम प्रस्तुतिको रूपमा तिमीहरूको गीत प्राइड भन्ने प्रस्तुत गर्दछ, त्यो तिमीहरूले भोलि प्रस्तुत गरे भने पर्सि प्रस्तुत गरे भने म तिमीलाई मार्नेछु। यो धम्की दिएको थियो किनभने त्यो प्राइड भन्ने गीत अधिकारकर्मी अधिकारवादी अश्वेतहरूको लागि लडिरहेका नेता मार्टिन लुथर किङ जुनियर प्रति समर्पित थियो। बोनोले आफ्ना आयोजकहरूलाई भने, आयोजकहरूले पुलिसलाई सम्पर्क गरे तर सम्झिनुहोस् यो 1986 को कुरा छ। प्रविधि अहिले जस्तो थिएन मोबाइल ट्र्याकिङ गर्ने या फोन ट्र्याकिङ गर्ने। पुलिसहरूले पनि हामी केही गर्न सक्दैनौँ, हाम्रो एउटा मात्रै सल्लाह छ, तपाईँ कि त गीतै नगाइदिनुहोस् कि त यो टुर नै क्यान्सल गरिदिनुहोस्। बोनोले दुईटै कुरा मानेन। जे हुन्छ हुन्छ, यो हाम्रो ट्रेडमार्क हो, हामी यो गर्छौँ नै। भोलि अप्रिल 3 तारिकको दिन कन्सर्ट भयो। कन्सर्ट हुँदै गइसकेपछि डर पनि उत्पन्न हुँदै गयो, मानव त र अन्तिम गीत प्राइड प्रस्तुत भयो। डरका साथमा कि कति बेला आक्रमण हुने हो, तर त्यो दिन भएन। उनीहरू होटलमा पुगे, अलिक रिल्याक्स भएर बसे। तर त्यति नै बेला आयोजक मध्ये एउटाले भन्यो, बोनो डोन्ट रिल्याक्स, यु नो द पर्सन हु कल्ड यु डेफिनेटली नोज व्हेन टु अट्याक because tomorrow is 4th April. र भोलि 4th April is the anniversary of Martin Luther King, the birth anniversary. र उसले यो मौका पर्खिरहेको छ, तपाईलाई यो मौका पर्खिरहेको छ जुन मौकाले तपाईलाई आक्रमण गर्नको लागि। तर पनि बोनोले भन्यो होइन, हामीले निर्णय गरिसकेको छौँ, जे हुन्छ हुन्छ। र बोनो झन् त्रसित भएर भोलिको कन्सर्टमा पुगे। आफ्नो सबै पर्फर्मेन्स गरिसकेपछि अन्तिम पर्फर्मेन्स गर्ने क्रममा त्यो पर्फर्मिङ द सङ प्राइड। त्यति बेला बोनोलाई लाग्यो अब आज मृत्यु मैले सामना गर्नै पर्छ, काहीँ न काहीँबाट मलाई गोली आउँछ। तसर्थ बोनोले त्यो गीत सुरु भएदेखि आफ्नो आँखा चिम्म गरे, किनभने उसले त्यो गोली आइरहेको अनुभूति हेर्न चाहिरहेको थिएन। उसले आँखा चिम्म गरेर त्यो पुरा गीत सुनाए, आँखा चिम्मै गरेर। जब त्यो गीत सकियो, त्यो गीत सकिएपछि ऊ एकछिनको लागि जीवितै छु लाग्यो, केही त भएन जस्तो लाग्यो। उसले आँखा खोल्दाखेरि साथीहरू एउटा अचम्मको दृश्य उसले देख्यो। अचम्मको दृश्य देख्यो, जुन दृश्यमा ऊ जहाँ गाइरहेको थियो उसको अगाडि दर्शकप्रति आफ्नो ढाड देखाएर बोनोलाई हेरेर उसको साथी एडम क्लिन्टन गिटार बजाइरहेको थियो। त्यो पुरा गीतभरि एडम क्लिन्टन बोनोको लागि ढाल बनेर हुनुहुन्थ्यो। मेरो साथी जसले म एउटा जीवनको उतार चढावमा सबभन्दा दुःखको क्षणमा मलाई यो ब्यान्डसँग टिकाइराखेको थियो, त्यो साथीलाई आज हत्या गर्ने, त्यो साथीको आज हत्या हुन्छ भन्ने कुरा थाहा पाउँदाखेरि म उसलाई बचाउनको लागि तयार छु भन्ने सन्देश मेरा एकाडेमीका साथीहरू। हामी आज पावर यो प्यासन भनेर अगाडि बढिरहेका छौँ र यो सम्पूर्ण कुराहरू गरिरहेका छौँ। अहिले भर्खर तपाईँहरूले गिफ्ट एक्सचेन्ज गर्ने क्रममा ती भातृत्व र आत्मीयताहरू साटासाट गर्नुभयो। तसर्थ म अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु, अप्टिमाइज रिलेसनशिप्स, पावर योर प्यासन। What next?
You might have all heard about a war that India fought against Pakistan in 1999, and that is called the Kargil War. I don't have any special emotions or attachment with India or Pakistan, but I want to tell you something happened during that war. Pakistan soldiers conquered some land of India, and there is a hill called Tiger Hills. Tiger Hills is 1,000 feet above the sea level. So it was Indian land, but the Pakistani soldiers took it. There in the line of control area, or that Pak occupied Kashmir or something, that area. So Indian military appointed some bomb squads to go climb these 1,000 feet high icy hill and then, take the land, capture the land back from Pakistan. That was the challenge. In the bomb squad, there was a 19-year-old young officer, or we can say ordinary soldier, lower level, lower rank, lowest rank soldier, 19 years old, and his name is Yogindra Singh Yadav. Yogindra Singh Yadav and 5 Indian soldiers started climbing that. When they reached the top, Pakistani army also know that Indians will come to catch it back. So they out of the hiding, or they started shooting the Indian soldiers. They all fell down. 4 of them died instantly. 4 of them were killed instantly. The 5th person, only one person who was not killed was Yogindra Singh Yadav. Now the Pakistani captain and the soldiers came out of their hiding, and they came in order to ensure that all these 5 people are killed. They started shooting again on the dead body. If you are dead, your dead body will jump when the bullets come. But this fellow's dead body was not jumping. So they realized that this guy is not dead. He was actually not breathing. He closed his eyes. He was just lying. And the Pakistani captain took the rifle, started shooting him again. 21 bullets were in his body. And the Pakistani captain shot him on the chest, because that's the best area where you can kill easily. But God was great. Yogindra Singh Yadav was having a wallet or a purse in his trousers pocket, his chest pocket. A wallet in his chest pocket. And in the wallet, there were some 5 rupee coins. 6, 7 5 rupee coins in the wallet. And the bullet actually shot by the Pakistan captain all hit on the 5 rupee coins. And the 5 rupees coins acted as a bulletproof. No bullet went inside. Thinking that this fellow is also over, the Pakistan captain and the other 4 soldiers started walking away. He prayed to God, this is my chance. If I do not do something, the next batch of Indian soldiers also they will kill. Every Indian soldiers they are going to kill. I must do something, even though 21 bullets are there on my body. I must do something for my country. He was a member of the bomb squad. There was a bomb in his pocket. He couldn't raise his hand because his hand, his shoulders were hit by the bullets. Somehow with that pain inside, but the patriotism that is stronger than the pain, he took the bomb and he threw towards the captain. The bomb just went and hit this area, the neck of the captain, the head of the captain is separate, body is separate. And the body of the Pakistan captain fell near to Yogindra Singh Yadav. The body just came and fell here. Suddenly he took the gun from the uniform of the Pakistan captain and killed the other 4 soldiers. After killing all the 5, with all the 21 bullets in his body, he climbed down 1,000 feet. And he informed the other soldiers, now you can go, they are all finished. He was immediately taken to the military hospital. The defense minister of India made an announcement, we lost a soldier called Yogindra Singh Yadav and the country is giving him Paramveer Chakra. Paramveer Chakra is the highest honor in military. After 1947 independence, Indian government gave Paramveer Chakra only to 21 soldiers. And 14 soldiers, that chakra was given posthumously after death. Only 7 of them got. And Yogindra Singh Yadav became the youngest Indian soldier ever to get this Paramveer Chakra at 19. He did not die. He got forced promotion and he's an officer in Indian Army even now. I'm telling you a very inspiring example. Are you ready to face and neutralize setbacks? Are you ready to face setbacks in your life? Or are you ready to run away from setback? That is the question here. My dear friends, if you want to become something in your life, if you want to become an achiever in life, these types of setbacks can happen to you and me. Any time it can happen. Any crisis can come to you and me. It is up to you and me to decide whether I am ready to face a setback or not. Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. So you should always try to neutralize setbacks. Don't allow setbacks to create problem to you. Neutralize your setbacks. And what myself and Sandesh Bhai were talking you all the time about the word called passion. And we all together will tell what is passion. So P stands for perform with commitment. Louder, perform with commitment. Okay, louder. What is A? Anchor your values. Always keep your values very strong. Never compromise in your values. And what is S? Strengthen your team. You know, your team is as strong as the weakest member I told. Make your team stronger than you. And what is the next year? Sharpen your skills. Michael Phelps sharpening his skill and got a gold medal by 1/100th of a second. Sharpen your skills, leadership skills, communication skills, problem solving skills, crisis management skills, reinvest in skills, reinventing skills. You got to sharpen your skills. And what is I? Innovate, excel. Think differently. Think differently. Go for changes. Find out something new. And what is O? Optimize relationships. Optimize relationships. And what is finally N? Neutralize all that. This is the carry home message that myself and Sandesh Bhai want to give to you, the 45 people. When you go back from this academy, always remember what is passion and power your passion. That is what we have to do. We with great full contentment and satisfaction over. Both of us salute you 45 guys for your outstanding, brilliant participation, fantastic participation, and we believe that it will continue forever and ever. And we will be, thank you very much, thank you very much. So we will be lifetime friends. We will be lifetime friends, and we will be friends in next life also sometimes. So that is what actually we are going to do. Thank you very much. Bahut abhari hu. Thank you. Please, now, Sandesh Bhai, I think